right back down the ice by Dickinson. This is going to be no icing because Cowan is on it first. Now Mennigan's lost his goal stick. Here's Sam Reilly. Out front, Cowan scores!
Remise de Barkey. Interception. Saut. N'a pas été en mesure de libérer Barkey là, qui est venu le rejoindre par derrière. L'attaque se poursuit pour les Knights. Cowan qui renvoie à Barkey. Remise derrière pour Cowan à nouveau. Cowan qui passe de l'autre côté à Barkey. Le but! Denver Barkey qui marque. Et...
At the line. Blay passing off to Fauchon. There's Payoa. Cut off in front of the net. O'Reilly got to center with Barkey. Cowan goes for the net and he scores! There's another for Cowan.
De Toronto et joueur qui n'a pas eu facile dans le temps des fêtes avec l'équipe Canada Junior. Remise derrière, Brustovitz, son tir bloqué par Rousseau, retour devant, Cowan s'est venu tout près. C'est repris par Montgomery à Dickinson, le tir et le but! Oh, quelle belle déviation de O'Reilly dès le départ sur ce tir de Sam. Là-dessus. Sortie de banque. Je ne sais pas pourquoi il n'y a pas eu de dégagement d'ailleurs, mais Cowan s'amène en zone adverse. Cowan qui fait demi-tour sur lui-même. Cowan a remise devant, le tir et le but. Sam O'Reilly qui vient de dévier cette rondelle. Et les Knights.
Cowan carries around. Stops. Drops it at the point. Dickinson with a shot and scores! That's blocked in front. And chopped ahead all the way up to center by Zach Sandu.
Oh, Easton Cowan loves that high ice. He's so good at bringing it up near the defenseman. It just opens up options for him.
They score! Yes, sir! Kasper Halttunen! By Nurmi. Well, let's work that out to center ice. And here's D'Amato. Knocked down by Sam O'Reilly. Here goes Nurmi the other way. Nurmi scores! Yes, Nurmi with the answer. Ahead to center ice. Seneca works it in over the line. Toss down low. Bach behind the net. Rips it around the boards. Empty net. Here goes Cowan. Foot race for it. Cowan in. Scores! And Shirley.
And in the battle.
Off the face-off. Loose puck for Cowan. He'll drive the play through center. Cowan hits the brakes. Long shot. He scores! Play there by Dickinson to strip the puck away. Can't get it out, though. Here's Danford with a shot. That's rejected in front. Knights throw it down the ice. Danford goes back for it. They'll rip that around. Down low, Cowan up front. Reilly scores!
Nearly got a stick on it there, did Sim, and he's been quite skilled at getting sticks in the right place past Parsons here in the Western Conference Finals.
Well, it was a fantastic pass going back to that to get him in for that opportunity at the very least.
Dickinson to drive it, he scored! There's once again, it's Sim who gets it.
So the face-off to the left of Parsons, won by the Knights. And that was Sim ripping that shot just wide. Played down low again. Centering pass hits the stick. No, Reed has it. Gathers it up. Bolt ripping the shot. Score! 3-2. George this year. Now played back out through the center ice. Dickinson boots it up onto the blade. Trying to find the man. Stemmed off nicely by Reed, but there's O'Reilly in front of the net. Sam O'Reilly. Dickinson shooting.
Moved up, right wall. Sam Alfano will dump this one back down and in into the offensive end. Moving its way up, Sauter after it, right wing side, Panofemis up and out of the zone. This one will go, finding its way in. Easton Cowan on a break, Cowan to the net front, he scores! Easton Cowan open scoring in game 4. Is up and in. Hughes, right wing side shot, missing the net high. As this one will jump back up and out of the zone it'll go with 30 seconds to go on the power play for the Knights. Moved in right wing side, Denver Barkey below the goal line. Barkey, top of the circle. Dickinson shot, he scores! And an exclamation mark on the power play goal. Not missing the net. Back of the blue line, it'll go as it's held by Dickinson. Right wing side, Barkey, quick passing, Cowan. Left wing side, what a rip. Charlie Burns with a save, below the goal line it'll go. Kicked out left wing side, Holtonen. Touch pass back, Cowan with it. Cowan moving in front, they score. Sam O'Reilly, one-timer on the power play. And the Knights strike for back. Good defensive play, and the Otters will bring it out of the zone. Pano-Femis up and in with Spence. Spence, left wing side, retaken, chipped up the ice. Cowan on a 1-on-2, reinforcements come in. Cowan gets around McCall. Cowan back behind, trying to chip it through, they score! Sam O'Reilly! The London Knights.
Again, center ice, kick free by Messier. They play it off the boards and in. Around the dasher board. Headman pass for Easton Cowan. Pass to Saunders. Here's Cowan again, in and out. Score! Back out through the center ice. Rinsed in deep. Knight to the corner. Played around the boards, and Denver Barkey bounces one onto the blade of Bonk. Headman pass. Reilly and across the line. Denver Barkey from the net.
Remaining in regulation time as this clock slowly melts away.
6 forwards out for the Erie Otters. Played around the base of the boards. Cowan, O'Reilly. He'll get away with Denver Barkey for the trick. Score! Denver Barkey scores the hat-trick and sucks it away.
Blue line sends the puck down low. Bonk will move it to the far corner. Getting there is Noah Reed. His pass nearly cut off by Bowie. Ray pins Reed on the board. Gabe Smith comes in. Now to the net is Reed, and he scores! The hat trick for Noah Reed. Not happy. Here late in the first period. Dickinson takes it off the faceoff, trying to flip it ahead of James Petrosky. Dickinson, O'Reilly to the net, the pass across, scores! Back-to-back in the final minute for the Knights. Box comes Woolley as Hookie brings it down the right side. Taken away by O'Reilly. Bank pass ahead. Here's Woolley after it against Bedkowski. Worked it free. Leans in on Rogers. As Woolley showing his strength. There's a shot in front. They score! Denver Barkey as the Knights. Donald plays it ahead. A dump in by Bonk as the Knights come back into the Owen Sound zone. O'Reilly, they got a 2-on-1 chance potentially. Barkey down low, delays. Barkey passes through for Cowan, cross crease, they score! Over to O'Reilly, and the Knights lead 5-4. Leonard ahead for DeLille, and he dumps it in. So the attack will get in the London zone, trying to get the puck back with the extra attacker out there. And now it's a 2-on-1. O'Reilly. And here's the chance at the trick, but he goes over to Cowan, and he'll put it home. The empty net goal, and it's 7-4.
To a position, just shovels this in front of the net. It goes off of Alex Leonard's skate.
Woolley. Room shoots off the post. Woolley again. He couldn't drop the payload. He had the wide open cage. Now Barkey shoots it. Another chance. He's shoots. He scores. On the boards, keeping it in. Bedkowski, Cowan into the corner. Barkey, Reilly pinned up against the boards. Cowan steals, and Dickinson is up on the play. Shovels it back to Cowan, down low. O'Reilly waits. Still lots of time for the Spitfires. They're only down by 2, and they go on the power play. And Baumel on the hold. Set free by the Knights, and Dickinson and Barkey. Look at Barkey scoot down the wing. Denver Barkey. He scores! 25. At his own blue line. Quickly back in across the Windsor blue line. Off the boards. Here's Sam Dickinson. In and out on spell. Let's see. London continues on the power play. 40 or less. Front of the net.
Of it. He was the hitter. Nice move by Misljevic. Try to get it back for Humphries. Try to one-hand pass that there was Misljevic as the Knights gobble this puck up here for Jesse Nurmi. Nurmi with a step. Here's Jesse Nurmi for Sim. Shot, tip in and scores. Sim able to find O'Reilly and London.
In front, here's a quick shot. Flying Cowan. He rattled that one. Cowan's had 3 opportunities in this first period. Now the chance again. Peppered. Another chance dished off again. Cowan takes a peek. O'Reilly scores.
Tries a wraparound, centers O'Reilly on the doorstep, sends the puck wide. Dickinson back on it, finds Cowan. Cowan, a nod of his head, directs Halton in, sends it back through, they score. What a pass. Easton Cowan connects with Sam. Up to the line, finds Halton in. Back across the zone, over the stick of Bonk. Dickinson switches off. Works it right across the ice. Halton in the slot. Shoots. Stopped by Mayette. Another save. And do they keep it out? No. London scores again. Sam O'Reilly finds Doucette. Doucette. Karimov. Trying to play off one another, but Dickinson too good with the stick. Steals it and works the puck ahead for Halton. Now Cowan across the zone. They score. Number 9 for the London Knights. That's Sam O'Reilly.
Played around the boards and back out through to the red line. Rolls Matthews. Soto played along the boards again. Picked off by the Knights D. And right side pass for O'Reilly. Has some steam and some room. O'Reilly shooting. He scores. 1-0.
Julian and Willis sign their entry-level deals on the same week.
Boy, that'll give you motivation for the next hockey game, won't it? Playing around the boards. There's Willis. Punched up by Cowan. Shoots! Scores! Sim, he gets taken off the puck. Cowan with it again. Plays it for himself to the corner. Sim picks up the stick back to the blue line. Cowan with it, trying to get in the lane. He fires it and it hits a shin pad. O'Reilly, another shot. Sim in front of the net. He fires it home.
Easton Cowan. He'll drag to the top. Cowan with Bonk loaded up in the left circle. Cowan below the goal line. O'Reilly spins it across the front. Wanted Cowan deflected on the way through. Dickinson top of the right. Cowan in the circle. Scores. Easton Cowan took 23 seconds.
And that's a key penalty killer for the Gens, set to come back on the ice. Cowan now. Drops to Dickinson. Dickinson down to Bach. Towards the net, deflection, save, rebound, scores! Easton Cowan. Duo who've made magic all season long together. Seneca dangles towards net, crashes into the goaltender. Elliott's slow to get up. Now it'll be a breakaway the other way. Easton Cowan, game on his stick. Easton Cowan, backhand, scores! First career hat trick.
Shanowski rolled in. Scott will collect. Couldn't get it past Dickinson. Second time Gallianoff couldn't get it past Dickinson either. Down low, Sim. Julian Dickinson scores! He has got a bullet. Bonk up for Easton Cowan, and he'll shoot it in. Medvedev to the bench. Gallianoff went down. Ice Dogs can't clear. Nurmi with a shot. Oh, they score! No, it's off the post. Now it's in. They score with 2:11 to go. It was O'Reilly.
Chisels it back to Dickinson, and he'll send it in. Carter George. Hard around the board for Nancy. Dickinson picked that one off. O'Reilly, 3 down, Knights in the cross line. Good stem, quick shot, scored O'Reilly! Was it crazy? Minute 18 remaining in the minor to Fagan, so a lot of ice out there again. Play to the corner. Roughing call to Hookie. Here's a chance for Reilly. Shoot! Scores! He's hot now. Throws a stick down. And Smith will take over deep in his own territory. Smith off the boards, trying to find Ray. Broken up by O'Reilly. In across the line. Here's O'Reilly chipping it home on the return feed. Jacob Julian start out deep in their own territory. Mania drifts it in deep. Elliott around the boards, picked up by the Knights captain. He'll fork it ahead for O'Reilly. Back the other way. Chance score! Good at the goal! Denver Markey ties this hockey game. But Aspinall helps him out and Kostoff once again. Team pass and again McHugh fans on the shot. That's 3 times in a row. Play to the half board. And Denver Barkey has a lane. Barkey shoots! Score! Off the line, hot pass for O'Reilly to the corner. He pins him up against the board. Reilly barging his way past Reed. Stops. Now a pass in front of the net. Score! What a three-way pass and play by the Knights.
Hanser sends that one ahead. That's knocked down. Knights take it back the other way quickly. Here's Bolton. Bolton takes the shot. Herbeck the save. Puck ends up behind the net. Knights still putting on the pressure. Loose puck in front. Herbeck first stop, and that one goes in. What a follow-up there as the pass finds Aitchison. Entering the zone. Drops to Romani. Romani trying to cut to the middle. That's blocked. In the way was Brustevich. Now it's Dickinson. Across to Nickel. Nickel's got a lane to the net. Drops it back to O'Reilly. Backhand pass. One-timer scores. What a setup. That's Blake Montgomery. Colts still with possession. Akey ahead. Finds Wakely. Alan Wakely enters the zone. Doesn't go too far as Denver Barkey will now go for a skate. Barkey. He's got O'Reilly going with him. There's the shot. Scores. Short-handed. As Denver Barkey puts that under the
former Owen Sound attack and the Niagara Ice Dogs. Bryant playing in his overage year. For the Pete, he's an Ingersoll native. Played up along the wing. O'Reilly wheels in across the line. Hot pass. Holden up shooting. He scores. And London opens it up early. Third is Dickinson. And he'll spot a man in Montgomery. Trying to bust his way down the wing. Sends it in across the line. O'Reilly after it. Nurmi parks himself in front of the net. Here's a jet. Montgomery!
On the other side.
Everybody up and in tight. Kitchener wins it. Reed. What an important draw. Tipped in front of the net. Batted away. And Wood have enough legs. Off the post.
Over this first 2 minutes, and the Greyhounds are going to have to get it going and match it.
Knights definitely have four-wheel drive in their winter activities, Jim.
Yeah.
Here's Bruskevich from the point. A shot, blocker save, rebound into the slot. There's a shot, he scores! Montgomery let it go, may have been redirected, but the London Knights. Here's Julian, a backhand pass to O'Reilly. He's got a step on two-man. O'Reilly stops. Sharon trying to contain him. O'Reilly gets away from him, goes right to the front of the net, passes it off, scores! Dickinson puts it in. What a play by O'Reilly and the London Knights.
The open net, Sudbury, Coach Adelic, one of their better face-off takers.
And this time he does win the draw. Walton is in a battle for the puck. Where is it? The Knights find it. Wide open net. Landon Sim on a breakaway. And that is going to be a good goal as Nick DeAngelis took a dive at it, but
behind him gets knocked down by Walton. Woolley's up there as well, squeezed in that slot area. And now Sudbury back out through the center ice. Omar having difficulty. Here's Sam O'Reilly shooting. He scores. He got in looks like we're back to, 5-on-5. Boy, London had good puck movement. You mentioned it, Rick. Sudbury tired, but they kept London at bay. Vandenberg, outstanding. Now there's a tip in front of the net. They score! We're going to wave it off, Rick. Sam O'Reilly. Barkey's out there as well. Reilly gets pushed up against the boards. Montgomery with the puck. Siphons it on for Bonk. For Barkey. K-Bonk in front of the net. Another chance. They score! Looks like Sam O'Reilly. And forward. Lead pass. Robert yells from London. 3 of these Ice Dogs all come from London, as well as O'Reilly peels in across the line. 2-1-1 happening. Here's a chance in front of the net. They score! Denver Barkey opens it.
Second.
You mentioned it. What a pass by Finnis. Of course, Finnis coming over from the BCHL. But a missed assignment by the Ice Dogs D. Van Gorp off that high post. There's another shot. They score! This time, O'Reilly, and it's 6-0.
Setting it up. Back up top, Barkey. Barkey, little stick handle move. Pass broken up. And Sting trying to clear. O'Brien can't. Barkey, slowed down by Felak. Knocked down on the ice. O'Brien's out of position. He was tied up by Barkey. They score! Sam O'Reilly goes upstairs. The London Knights capitalize on
O'Reilly coast to coast. He was going hard to the net. Played up against the boards. Montgomery once again for London. Tapped on Julian. Plays it back. Scott there by O'Brien of the Sarnia Sting. Center and press. Score! Front of the net. Cam Allen. Power. His way back in again on the dime, looking for a man back to the blue line. Hot pass, Barkey, top of the circle, seam pass, fired wide. Again by Montgomery, back to Denver. Barkey waits to O'Reilly, touch, front of the net, score! Levinson, coming out. Sam O'Reilly stops, pinches it back to Spencer down the wall. Barkey in behind the net. Off the checking Fisher. Kick free by Denver Barkey. Spencer back down in the corner. Centering pass. Barkey got the shot. Here's a chance. Up top, Montgomery. Oh, net deposited. Tomorrow afternoon on New Year's Day. Sail back out through to center ice. Montgomery with a pair of goals this afternoon. O'Reilly trying to find his man Barkey. This has formed a pretty good line. Here's O'Reilly in front of the net. What a hit by Barkey as they score.
Face-off controlled by London. As Clattenburg tumbles down, the Knights ramp it up. Right wing side, O'Reilly. Down to the corner. Montgomery back out for a shot by Fagan, who scores. P.J. Fagan.
Left side, played back out through the center ice. Francis Getty clears the puck in. And the London Knights goaltender will just leave it there for Allen again. Long left wing pass for O'Reilly. Shooting! He scores! He peppered it over the shoulder. Oh, post. Played to the corner again. Dump back to the blue line. Brustevich wants it, goes to Barkey. Played up top in that high slot area, down low. Sam O'Reilly up top. Montgomery shoots, scores! On the power play. In and out is Allen. Plays it around the base of the boards, and we'll find the mitt of Brustevich. He slides it down the wall. Montgomery down low again. O'Reilly in behind the net. Center pass. They score! Denver Barkey.
There was an opportunity on the block by the man in front, but he got down just not in time of that one. And yeah, that's Jacob Julian's a pretty good shooter on this London Knight team.
Anytime you give a guy like Julian that much space, he's usually going to capitalize.
Opportunity, they score. Bar down here right off the faceoff, and Sam O'Reilly.
Dumped in deep, the captain, Ananovsky plays it around the board, swatted to the blue line, kept in by the Knights. That shot hit somebody in front of the net, tracked down by the Rangers D, and they'll try to clear the zone, but kept in by the Knights to the shot. They score!
Had the puck poked off his stick to an open wing. Now it's tipped in by Greentree into the Knights end zone. Elliott will fire it around the near side. Onto the stick of Halton, and they'll come out the center. Partial 3-on-2 and over the line. Halton waits for the play to develop. Shot right on. Rebound, scores! That didn't work. Sim gets it in the corner now. Half ball to Halton. At the dot, doesn't fire. Blue line, Bustevich. Near side, O'Reilly. Back down low, near right corner. Sim, top of the near circle. O'Reilly doesn't fire. He'll switch spots with Bustevich. One-timer! Scores! Halton in on the power play. It's 4-1.
On the hunt for Owen Sound. They're down by a goal. Woolley on his knees, trying to get it to Barkey. Succeeds. Denver Barkey softly off the glass. There's a 2-on-1. Tip it! Sam O'Reilly upstairs. Scores! Turned up.
Stick or a skate on that last play. He'll go in and get stitched up and be back here for the third period.
Laid off the boards. London will control the draw. Now a 2-on-1 developing. Here's Barkey and O'Reilly. Barkey shoots the rebound. He scores!
Inside the zone, overskates it, sends it around the boards. A good chance for Mayich as he tried to walk it out. Medvedev got the paddle of the goal stick down to block that route. Now Barkey finds O'Reilly, moves it across, they score! Sam Dickinson! Oliver Bonk brings it up, moves it across. Dickinson inside the zone for O'Reilly, comes back to the point. Barkey gets it back, top of the umbrella, near side for Dickinson. Dickinson spins, scores!
I think that was tipped in front.
They get it down the ice. Here's Sam Dickinson once again. Makes a move and starts away for London. At the Ottawa line, moves it to the left wing side. Julian drops it back to the point. Barkey keeps it in at the line. Denver Barkey centering pass, they score! O'Reilly makes it 5-0.
Sends it down the ice, and Elliott will stop it behind his cage. Bonk will go back for it. O'Reilly cuts for the net, top corner, scores. What a goal. Sam O'Reilly, the Oilers draft pick. Wow. 36-17 are the shots on goal in favor of the Frontenacs. Dickinson tried to dump it in, hit a body. Here comes O'Reilly. Pass off for Van Gorpy, scores! Wrist shot, top corner. London Knights with a 1-goal.
Fantastic sponsor, so shout out to everyone at Hully Gully in London, as well as of course the great crew down there, Greg Sloan, Rick Doyle, and Sophie Bernier as well. They do a terrific job of the broadcast. They shoot, they score off a stick and back behind Rye, and just like that, the London
O'Reilly steps in for the Knights.
Here's Sam O'Reilly with some speed, shoots,
glove. Gervais back up with some speed, reaching after this one is Carson Harmer. Dickinson quickly takes it away, and this one sent back deep. O'Reilly spins out James Go. Here's a chance in front of shot, they score. O'Reilly picked James Go's pocket, and Will Nickel makes it a 5-2 game. Doney up through neutral ice. Wide and then moved back in by Epperson. Willis there forward in the corner, squirts back out in front. Will Nickel here for the Knights, who has gotten it out to a 5-2 lead, and now O'Reilly back in shorthanded, he scores. O'Reilly, shorthanded tally, but
it in deep. Now a bouncing puck kept in by the battalion. Here's LeBlanc with the shot off the mark. Therrien trying to set it free. Now a tip for Cowan. Headman pass, and he has a man in Bustevich coming in. Front of the net, scores! What a play by Cowan and Bustevich, and another.
To be tired after this one.
And Dickinson showing great patience, but Schenkel, he's just been spot on, tracking the puck, making saves.
Comes free in front, another chance, another stop, rebound, that one goes in. Schenkel made a great stop. As they come in again, and Dickinson a chance. He just fanned on that shot as Knights on a power play right now. Pass across to Van Gorp, didn't connect. O'Reilly at the blue line. Gorp across. Dickinson, a drive. Scores! Sam Dickinson. I don't know if that will...
Front of the net, and it sailed off to the corner as Miller got a piece of that one. Well, we got a penalty here, Rick. It's going to Sault Ste. Marie. Favor of the extra attacker. Here's Will Nickel off the bench. 70 pass out front. Quick shot! Jamie! They score!
Carson Harmer for Nick Sema. Stripped the possession at the line. Dickinson fumbled it back. And he's back to pick things up again. Fantastic save from the Spirit netminder. As again, here comes O'Reilly shorthanded, walking in, and he scores! Second opportunity. Turns out to be the one for the Knights shorthanded. And he's out for another face-off. The Knights take this one away. Trying to send this one up ice for Cowan. It's taken now by Forgione. Checks his shoulder and sees Cowan right there. And a turnover in front. O'Reilly, that one off the outside of the goalpost. They score on the rebound. And it's Easton Cowan points in 43 straight regular season games.
2-on-2 developing, chucked into the corner. Dickinson on the right side of the puck. Good defensive play. Through to center ice is O'Reilly. He'll dart in across the line, leaving it there. Centering pass out front. Sim with the shot.
The winger, and the play's heading out the other way in spite of all the pressure from Ulrichsen. That's the reason Bonk's a first-round pick right there,
Yeah,
Sloney.
we talked about it before. He makes things look so simple. Here's Cowan shooting. He scores! With 6:38 remaining here in the third period. Capitalized on one goal. They still have 50 seconds or so to tie this hockey game up. Buckle up. In across the line, rolls Dickinson. Shooting! He scores!
The trailer is Petrovsky. The pass finds him. Petrovsky in front. It's off the side of the net. And now the Knights get control, and Owen Sound's got to get back. Brought ahead by Oliver Bonk. O'Reilly going to the front of the net. Pass it to Julian. In front, they score! Sam O'Reilly taps it home, and the
with Jacob Julien. Dickinson down low. O'Reilly through the seam. It missed Julien. He'll play it back. Dickinson fumbled that pass. And he'll play it back to Sam O'Reilly. Sam Dickinson back down low. Bridwood has it and scores. Cohen Bridwood gets one back, his first. And London
up and back the other way comes London. Ernie in across the line. Ernie to the corner, hustling hard, played around the coast there. There's a centering pass up front. Chance, they score! O'Reilly, I believe, sends it home. And London.
Josh Brown, he gets the upper hand there. And a bit of a wild card at fourth line right center for Edmonton as well.
And the Jets have 5 or 6 guys who, as you mentioned, may make the roster, but no guarantee they're in the lineup. Here's O'Reilly down the middle, and he scores with a wrist shot.